Brentford 1, Man United 1. Oh my God, that was an absolutely disgraceful performance. Disgraceful performance. I mean, Eric Ten Hag. Bro, we are awful to watch, bro. We are so bad to watch, bro. Like, honestly, this is fucking Brentford. We're not playing fucking Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal or the teams that are going for the title, by the way. We're playing 15th placed Brentford. And we can't beat them. Bro, we were shit all game. We were so bad. If you watch the game from start to finish, there was only one winner. Like, literally, there was only one deserved winner in that game. Yet we somehow scumbagged the last minute winner, or I thought it was going to be a last minute winner, through Mason Mount. I'm happy for the guy. I'm thinking he's just gotten his first goal for the club. It's a last minute winner. Get in there, we're good. But in typical Man United fashion, we capitulate. And guess what happens? Brentford equalize 1-1. Now, I'm not even pissed off at the fact, look, don't get me wrong, I wanted us to win the game. And watching the game, watching Brentford miss chance after chance after chance, I was like, you know what? This is our game. We're going to win this game. We're going to scum back a last-minute winner. Either Scott McTominay is going to get at the end of something and we're going to win 1-0, or some of the substitutes, maybe Anthony. But no. Mason comes on, he scores. I'm thinking, okay, we've gotten out of jail here. We've done something. We've stolen the 3 points. We concede. It goes for 1-1. And then the worst thing, when it goes to 1-1, I'm seeing this bald fraud on the touchline, shaking his head, looking like he's in disbelief. Bro, did you watch the game? We were shit. And yet, he now wants to go on and act as if maybe we played well, like we deserve to win the game. I'd love to hear what he has to say after the game. Watch his press conference. This guy is deluded, by the way. He's going to come out and say some rubbish about how we played well. No, we deserve to win. Bro, we were awful. We were so bad. Like, when I did my preview, I said to you guys, I don't think we're going to play well. In fact, I said we're going to get dominated. But I didn't think that we'd get dominated to that extent, bro. Like, Brentford hit the post, like, what, flipping 3, 4, maybe 5 times in that game. I remember the second half started, Onana had to make 2 big saves to deny, is it the number 33 or number 23, that guy. Big double save, which I thought Brentford should have scored. Onana made so many saves. And then the goal which we conceded as well. Man, look, this team is not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If we keep Eric Ten Hag as our manager, we are not going to get back to the glory days. Forget it. He is not the guy for the job. I'm sorry. He is not. Eric Ten Hag is not the guy for the job. I already told you guys, I think about 2 weeks ago, I said we're not going to get top 4. I had given up on Champions League football. But then guess what? West Ham and is it Aston Villa? They go and win the ties in the flipping, is it Europa League and what's the other one? The Conference League. And then all of a sudden, there's a big chance that 5th place in the Premier League this season might get Champions League football. But guess what we do? We still fuck it up. I mean, they're saying top 5 will get Champions League. Well, it's looking likely. We don't even look like we're going to get 5th position. I'd given up on 4th place, but I thought maybe we'd at least get 4th. Or we'd at least get 5th, rather. But we're not going to get it. Like, we're 8 points behind Spurs. And guess who we're playing in the next 2 games? We've got Chelsea away, and then we've got Liverpool at Old Trafford. And I told you already, Liverpool are coming for revenge. Liverpool are coming for revenge. That game, when we play them in about 2 weeks or whatever, it's going to be a bloodbath. I'm telling you. We're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. Before the game, I'm buzzing, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm thinking, yeah, let's build some momentum. We need to win. This is a must-win game for us. This clown Ten Hag was saying every game from now until the end of the season was a cup final. Is that how you're going to play a fucking cup final against Brentford? 15th place Brentford. Let me just check the stats out here. Just so you know how bad we were, right? I've always said that I don't really only rely on stats, but I also check based on what I've seen in my own eyes. The eye test. I use the eye test and the stats. So listen to these stupid stats, right? Okay, cool. Ball possession versus Brentford versus Man United. Brentford had 47% of the possession, and Man United has 53% of the possession. I don't even know how the fuck that's possible because they had most of the ball, but anyways, it's fine. We had more of the ball, it's fine. But now listen to this stat. Touches in opposition's box. Brentford had 81. 81 touches in our box. We had 16 touches in their box. Do you know how disgusting that is? 81 for Brentford in our box versus 16 for us in their box. Listen, it doesn't end there. It gets worse. Shots. Brentford got 31 shots in this game versus Manchester United's 11 shots. Bro, that's sackable. These stats are sackable. I've seen managers get sacked for less. I mean, this is fucking Man United we're talking about. We're not talking about fucking Southampton, with all due respect to them. I mean, 81 touches versus 16. 31 for them versus our 11. Shots on target, okay, 5 each. Expected goals. Bournemouth has an XG today of 2.6 goals. Whereas Man United only had an XG of 0.5. 0.5 XG against Brentford. I mean, honestly, what is this? Distance covered. Bournemouth ran 110.5 kilometers versus Manchester United's 105 kilometers. So they wanted more. They outran us. They had more shots than us. They had more touches in our box than we did in their box. Like, guys, all these Ten Hag sympathizers, I don't get it. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? This guy is awful, awful, awful. This is not Ajax, my guy. I'm sorry, but we are bigger than Ajax. This is not Ajax Football Club. This is Manchester United Football Club. And the guy seems like he's out of his depth. I mean, honestly, I knew we wouldn't play well. I knew it. But I didn't think we'd play that shit. They literally dominated us from start to fucking finish. For the first 95, well, the first 10 minutes, let me be fair. The first 10 minutes, we looked all right. We looked decent. We looked like we were playing well. We were going to create some chances for ourselves. But guess what? After 10 minutes, we just went flat. And now it was just wave after wave after wave after wave of fucking Brentford attacking us and making us look like fucking amateurs. Like, honestly, the only good thing that came from that game was the Mason Mount goal. Nothing else was good. Nothing else. I mean, again, he started this fucking idiot, Scott McTominay. Bro, I don't have an agenda against the guy, but this guy is awful. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Keep Scott McTominay on the bench. For as long as Scott McTominay is a starter for Manchester United, forget about getting back to winning Premier League titles, Champions League titles. Forget about any of that. Not that we're anywhere near it, but I'm telling you, if Scott McTominay is still starting for Manchester United, we will not win anything great. He's an impact sub at best. This is a guy you bring on in the last 10, 15 minutes when the game is 0-0 and we're trying to maybe just hoof crosses into the box so we can try and get a header or last minute winner or last minute equalizer. That's when you bring on Scott McTominay. You don't pay him from start to finish because he can't pass the ball, he can't control, he can't run the midfield. He's awful. He just runs around and does nothing. He doesn't even, he's a goal. In fact, if anything, he doesn't even show for the ball. We've got young boys that copy having to show for the ball, dribble out, try and start our attacks from back out, getting the ball from our defense and try to start our attacks, while people like Scott McTominay are hiding. I mean, honestly, bro, like, I'm tired of this shit. I am so tired. As for Wan-Bissaka, he's good defensively, but going forward, he is awful. Awful footballer. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka come this summer. Sell him. I get it, 1v1, there's no defender in Europe who can talk to Wan-Bissaka. But guess what? We should be looking to get a defender or a fullback that can actually get the ball and attack. Not this defensive 1v1 defensive bullshit. Fuck that. I need a defender, a fullback who can attack and get me goals and assists and actually contribute to the team's performance. The guy's awful when he has to go forward. He's good defensively, but he's awful when he has to go forward. He's so bad. Now, I'm not trying to say hang the whole poor performance on Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but guess who kept, is it Ivan Toney onside for them to go and equalize? It's Wan-Bissaka. Everyone else is running back. This idiot, Bissaka, is like 3-4 yards behind the rest of the defense, which plays Ivan Toney onside. Then leads to the equalizer for Brentford. Oh, man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of this shocking football, this rubbish football. Erik Ten Hag is not good enough. I'm telling you, he is not good enough. And as long as we keep on keeping him here, we're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere, I'm telling you. But anyways, I've said my say. I said what I wanted to say, and it's whatever at this point. I think I'm just gonna get to the player ratings. Andre Onana today. I'm gonna rate the players from going from a score from 1 being very poor, 5 being average, and 10 being excellent. Andre Onana, I'm gonna give him a what do I even give him? He made a few decent saves, but saves that he had to make. Well, the double save which he did make, just the start of the second half, that was impressive. The other saves that he did make, he had to make. So it wasn't too impressive. I'm just gonna give him an average 5. It's a 5 for Onana. Moving on to right back, Diogo Dalot. I thought he was alright going forward, but he had a few chances whereby Bruno gave him, and he just kept on shooting, and they were just close to going in, but they didn't quite go in. I don't know, how do I even score him? He wasn't great, but he wasn't awful either. So yeah, he gets an average 5 as well. Moving on, it was Victor Lindelof. I don't even know how he started, but he started. For me, I'm not a Lindelof fan. Get rid of him in the summer as well. How do I even score him? At times I felt like Tony bullied him. Nah, sorry, Lindelof for me gets a 4. Who was next to him? It was it Varane? Yeah, it was Rafa Varane. Who came off at halftime? I'm guessing it was the injury. Another one of our big players getting injured again. My God. He did his job, to be fair to him, in the first half when he was playing. Whenever Brentford would knock the balls into the box, he was clearing most of them. So he gets a 5 from me. Left back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, for the fact that he's shit going forward, is so bad. And the fact that he was the main culprit who kept Ivan Toney onside, who eventually crossed the ball back in for Brentford to score. I'm gonna mark him down. Bissaka gets a 3 from me. I felt he killed us. So he gets a 3. Moving on to midfield, we've got Kobe Mainu. The boy was brave. I saw him, like I said, going backwards between defenders to get the balls to try and start our attacks. But bro, we're just shit. There's no support. McTominay is ghosting. Bruno's high up front. I understand Bruno is the 10, but McTominay just did so, basically leaving Kobe to stay by himself. The boy tried to do what he could do. He got hooked in the 80th minute or something like that. I'm going to give Kobe a 5. Moving on to Scott McTominay. I thought he was our worst player on the pitch today. In fact, no, I'm wrong. He wasn't the worst player. We had. It was between him and Garnacho. But anyway, Scott for me gets a. What does he even get? He did fuck all the whole game. He did absolutely nothing. Scott McTominay for me gets a 2. Scott McTominay gets a 2 for me. Bruno Fernandes, I thought he was decent. He wasn't great, but he was decent. I'm one of the people who always get onto Bruno to say he's playing shit when he's playing shit. But today I felt he wasn't our worst player by any stretch of the imagination. So for me, Bruno gets a 5 as well. Moving it on to Marcus Rashford. First half, he looked lively a bit, especially in the first 10-15 minutes. He looked like it was dangerous. He was going to do something, make something happen out of nothing. But in the end, there was no end product. So again, Rashford flat. He got hooked as well. What do I even score Rashford? Give him a 4.5 for me. Rashford gets a 4.5. He did nothing, basically. Only first 10-15. In fact, he gets a 4. Rashford gets a 4 for me. And then you have... what's his name? Alejandro Garnacho. I'm sorry. He was poor today. He was so poor. I said it before. I said, don't play him in this game. I said, don't start him. He looks tired. And guess what happens? This fucking idiot Ten Hag started him, and he looked exhausted. He looked finished, right? He looked absolutely finished. He's tired. He's genuinely tired. Like, he couldn't even beat his man. He gets the ball, tries to attack, he can't beat his man. So for me, he was poor today, and I have to be fair. Honestly, he was awful. He was very poor. I'm going to give him a 4. But in fact, if I'm being fair, I did give Rashford a 4, and he was slightly better than Garnacho. So I'm going to give Garnacho a 3.5. So, yeah, that makes... who's left? Rasmus Højlund. He tried, but he was isolated up top today against 2 big, strong physical defenders. He didn't do much. I mean, he had that chance where he has to score that. A top scorer, a top number 9, there is that chance that he missed. So I'm going to have to mark him down for that. I was going to give him a 5, but like I said, he did nothing in the game. He did nothing all game. Excuse me. So Hoyland gets a 4 as well. Who else was there? Who came off the bench? Mason Mount came off the bench. Who else came off the bench? Fucking Martinez came off the bench. Yeah, he looks very unfit. He's not ready yet for me. He doesn't look like someone who's ready to go play. And I'm worried because we've got Chelsea coming up in Liverpool. So, yeah, there's a chance. There's a ball fell to him and he just tried to clear it. He just cleared straight to a Brentford player and they managed to hit us on the counter. But luckily enough, Maguire managed to stand Tony up and we basically killed the attack. But Martinez didn't look good. But I'm not going to be too harsh with the subs. I'm going to give him a 5. So basically, he gets a 5. Who else came off the bench? Martinez. Maguire came on. He looked decent in defense, but when they attack, he's slow. But yeah, he gets a 5. He gets a 5. Basically, all the subs get a 5 from me, except for Mason Mount, who I'm going to give a 7. It's his first goal for the club. I know he didn't come on and start doing Rabona flicks and things like that, but he did manage to get his first goal for the club, and he actually looked bright. So for me, my man of the match goes to Mason Mount. I know he was on for a few minutes. I don't give a fuck. He's the man of the match. He gets a 7. And it comes to Ten Hag. He was awful today. His tactics were shit. His in-game decision-making wasn't good at all. The only thing he got right today was bringing Mason Mount off the bench to bring him onto the game. I mean, he started Garnacho, who looks tired. We've all been saying he's tired. He started flipping Lindelof, who we've all said before is soft, he's not strong, not physical enough, and he got dominated. He started fucking Scott McTominay, who ghosted the whole game, and he kept it on for the whole game, for the whole 90 minutes. Those are 3 big decisions for me, which are poor on his part. So for me, Ten Hag today, that performance was shit. We may have gotten a draw, but we were very lucky. So he gets a 2 for me. Ten Hag gets a 2. It was absolutely shambolic from him. And yeah, I mean, it's just disgusting, honestly. Man United, yet again, we go from winning a big game to basically, because it feels like a loss this game, the way we played. We were so shit, it felt like a loss. I know we got a draw, but yeah, that was just embarrassing. But anyways, enough of this shit. It's late. I gotta go. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, drop the comments, let me know what you think, what your thoughts were on the game. And yeah, I'll see you soon.